During the summer 2022, I did a solo backpacking trip through the Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, Sweden and Norway. And I went for this trip during 2 months and I spent 100 euros for 2 months. So today I'm gonna tell you how I did it and give you some hopefully helpful tips for your next trip, and yeah, and just how to travel on a budget. Let's go. So I did a little list. Number 1, transportation. Okay, so you need to know that I did all my travels by hitchhiking. So I just like my traveling, my transportation was just €0 because I was hitchhiking during 2 months. And I know a lot of people who never done it thinks it's really like dangerous, and yes, it can be, but at least for me it was just the most amazing experience and an amazing social experience. I met so many people on the road, and they're still friends. Like, I'm still friends with some people that I met, and it was just amazing. They invited me on their houses, and I just had an amazing time, and I just love hitchhiking for that. I don't recommend it to everyone, especially young people and young girls, of course, but I'm a grown woman and I just love hitchhiking, and I'm a really social person. I always trust my gut. If I don't feel the like the feeling just when someone is stopping, I just say no, thank you, I'm just gonna find another solution. And yeah, but I've never had any bad experience with hitchhiking. And I'm going on a world tour soon, and I will do only hitchhiking, but I will explain everything in another video. So other than hitchhiking, what you can do is carpooling. I know in France it's called BlaBlaCar. It's an amazing website to just find a ride, and it's really cheap. Or you can find also the cheapest flights on 2 websites that I use personally. It's called one Kayak and then Momundo. Yeah, they're really amazing website for finding cheap flights. I remember in like almost 5 years ago, I went to Tokyo and I found a ticket flight for 250 euros, like less than 300 euros, and like going and back for Tokyo, Paris, Tokyo, and it was just so cheap and I was so happy, so I booked it right away. And next month I'm going to Albania and I find some plane tickets for 40 euros, so almost $40. So it's really cheap and really cool if you want to save money. But like the aviation, I don't know if you can call it that way, like flights are really damaging the environment, so I just try to not take the flight too often. Really going to Albania, it's like an exception because I've never been on vacation with my mother, and I just really wanted to offer her that trip before leaving for maybe many years on my world tour. So yeah, just flights are really good, but don't take it too often if you can. Number 2, accommodation. So what I did is couch surfing. I don't know if you know this website, but it's an amazing app where you just can sleep at people's houses, like on their couch, or if you're lucky, they have like a friend bedroom. And you just, when you go to the city, you just like send messages to some people, and I advise you to only contact people with reviews. And yeah, I did for 2 months, sleeping at people's houses just for free. And I just had the most amazing experience too. I met so many lovely people, and we were dining together, and then like they showed me some stuff for activities to do in their cities, and it was just amazing. I was cooking them some French meals, and yeah, just couch surfing, but don't use it like just for saving money, you know, because it can be really rude if you take someone like they're not a hotel, they are not a hostel neither. It's free, it's just for cultural exchange. So just don't go to your bedroom right away. Like you just have to be curious, I think, and want to meet people. Otherwise, just go to a hotel. I mean, yeah, it's an exchange between cultures, and it's really amazing. So couch surfing. What else? You can go to cheap hostels. Nothing new here, sorry. Yeah, cheap hostels. To Albania too, I rent I rent a Airbnb, but it was really cheap. Albania is really a cheap country if you want to go there. Yeah, hostels. Number 3, volunteering. I did some volunteering during my trip. I did it 2 times, I think. Yeah, the first time I was staying in a family near Amsterdam for a week, and I was taking care of the children and the horses. And my stay was completely free. I was giving free food and a bed, and it was just amazing to live with this sweet family and taking care of the horses. I absolutely love horses, so I was just so happy. And then in Sweden I was volunteering for a week too, and I was on this organic farm, and I was just harvesting, I think that's the word. And yeah, free food, free accommodation, and I met some amazing Swedish people, and I learned Swedish myself, so I was just so happy to be able to talk Swedish most of the time. Well, I'm a beginner, but at that time it felt really easy to speak the language because I was so into their culture, and it was just amazing. So there are 2 websites for that. The number 1 I using is Workaway, and then there's Woofing too. You can find volunteering places literally anywhere in the world, and that's what I will be doing in a few months too. So volunteering is just amazing. Number 4, food and visits. To save money, I never go to restaurants and when I'm traveling, and so just make your own food at home. Go to the grocery store, and so you know what you eat, because sometimes in really touristic cities, like, you eat really bad food, and I think it's better to make your own food. You will save money and you know exactly what you eat. And then for the visits, I really ask the locals what to do for free, or just ask Google. When I was traveling during this summer, when I got to a new city, I was just asking Google free activities to do in Copenhagen, in Oslo, in Berlin, and I was doing all the free activities. Yeah, so just ask Google for activities in the city that you're coming to, and you will find some great things to do, really. Number 5, yes, working abroad. You can make some money during your travel if you want. There is a website called The Expert Vagabond. I'm sorry, I'm just reading my notes here. Yeah, I wrote that the website is called The Expert Vagabond, that offers great tips on jobs that you can travel with, like bartending, photography, working at an airline, seasonal work. And yeah, there are tons of great professions that enable a travel lifestyle, so check it out. And number 6, insurance. If you want an insurance, I haven't been traveling with an insurance before, but I will take one. I will take one soon when I'm leaving France. So the most popular insurance for travel, no, for, sorry. The most popular travel insurance for budget travelers is called World Nomads. And I think that it doesn't just cover health issues, it covers like trip cancellations, theft, it's really hard to say when you're French, like robbery, theft, I guess. Yeah, car insurance, like really the global package of insurance. Yeah, World Nomad, really great insurance. I'm gonna take this one when I'm living on the world tour. And yeah, I think that's the main points: transportation, hitchhiking, sleeping at the people's houses. But for the cultural exchange, don't hesitate to bring them to your host gifts. I love to do that. And volunteering, you know, I really think that you can spend your entire life volunteering and just living with absolutely no money, because you just like helping people and you can sleep for free and eat for free. And I just really love that, and I just can't wait to do that again during my world tour. And yeah, volunteering, and don't like try to avoid restaurants if you can, do your own food, do all the free activities you can do, and just relax, take your time, really don't rush, don't try to do everything that you have to visit in a city. Just be really grateful for your trip and mindful, I think, yeah. Just aware that you're really lucky to being just able to travel, and try to don't let any waste, don't use plastic as much as you can, don't buy crappy touristic stuff if you can, don't do animal things like riding an elephant or just taking pictures with some animals. Like I just don't like the how do we say, I just lost my words in French too. Yeah, just don't do anything that involve animals if you can. And yeah, that's my tips. And of course, for your next travel too, always try to have a little budget aside. It can be great, because for me, for example, I did a trip to Croatia 2 years ago, and I had no money, and I asked many people. I was at the beach in this afternoon, and just I was with 2 other girls. We were 3 girls, and we just slept on the beach because we couldn't find any place to sleep in, and we just slept on the beach, and we were awake at 5 a.m. because the sun was rising already. And it was really beautiful, but not very safe. But like I just trust most of the world. And of course, we were in Croatia, in Split. It's not a very dangerous city, so yeah, we just like things happen like this. But if you can, just take a little budget with you still, and be safe and be curious and be open to the world, and your travel is going to be amazing. Voila, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week in another video. Bye bye.